on Lake Taneycomo cast today. It's Monday the 12th of October, and I'm about the red house a lot, but I'm just above the red house between Lookout and the Narrows. I've got the camera on narrow view because I'm gonna get out on the bank and go up and kind of fish this real shallow water. I have beached my boat up here on the shallow side of the lake. As you can see how shallow it is here. It's not too bad, it drops off pretty good. But when I pulled in here, there were quite a few rainbows up in the shallow water trying to find some scuds. And I talk about this some, coming up here and boating and getting out and wading. Of course, I did not bring my waders. And so I'm just going to get out on the bank and try to stay dry. The wind is out of the northeast, I think, or right out of the north, and it's been howling. Right this second, it's not blowing too much. I can hear it out in the trees, but not right here, but it's definitely blowing. I'm going to try throwing, it's an olive, a gray olive number 14 scud. It's got some flash in it. 6X 4-carbon tippet, and then I've got a little tiny, smallest indicator I have. And I'm about 18 inches, 20 inches from the, and this is an unweighted scud, and I don't have any weight at all. I've got the fly wet, so I'm only fishing maybe at the most a foot deep, maybe 1.5 feet, but what I'm going to try to do is go up and spot fish and fish to that fish. If I don't see any fish, then I'll kind of cast out a little bit where I can't see and maybe move the float a little bit. But I'm not going to go very far. Probably going to get my feet wet. Now, even without sunglasses, I can see in the water pretty good. Those fish do blend in really well, so you got to look for movement. Because they are moving up and down the bank looking for bugs. Now, I'm a little surprised I'm not seeing more scuds in these rocks. The lake is sucked way down. There's hardly any, well, let's just say the island at Lookout is very large. Not Lookout, but the island at the Narrows is very large. Now, I did not come up here to see if there's any fish before I start one cast, and that's generally what we do. So if I don't see any fish, I'll have to try something else. But I'm not seeing anything real close. You really have to take your time and look hard, because like I said, even with this chop on the water and these fish blending in like they do, I'm gonna go ahead and cast just right here. Ooh, there is a nice fish that just, he's moving though. Gosh. He was trucking. That indicator is not necessarily meant to float. If it gets dragged under, that's fine. I'm looking for movement out of that float. Okay, well that's the other thing you gotta really, yeah. There's a lot of junk on the bottom, and this thing went right to the bottom and dug in and picked up a bunch of algae. Let's go a little bit shallower. About 8 inches. Oh, there's a fish right there. The other thing is you don't want to spook them. Okay, I didn't spook him. And I got him. If you can see them, if you can get a cast over without spooking them, you should be able to catch them. Because that's what they're doing, is they're up here looking for bugs. And if you throw them something they're looking for, they ought to eat it. If it was always that easy though, it'd be called catching and not fishing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get splashed. That's a really nice, pretty fish. About 15 inches. Get out. That way. There you go. Cool. Moving that indicator really helped. It did not go down in the moss. He picked it up before he even got there probably, because I did put it pretty much right in front of him. I could probably stand here in one place and just pick off fish that swim by. Much bigger fish. This wind, it makes it a lot harder to put it on the fish though. I lost track of him. There. That's where it was. You gotta keep your rod too low to the water. You don't want the line to fly, although the wind is blowing everything on the surface, including my bug. Not ideal. I don't see that big fish anymore. Just got picked up some moss again. I know, I should have brought my sunglasses. But like I said, I can see pretty good. Saw those fish. Oh, here we go. Eat it. little one. I want to take another step forward, but I'll be in the water. So if I had some muck boots, I'd be set. I could probably wade out 7, 8, 10 feet. But then, if you want to fish like that, you really don't want to. I'll go out there just a little further. I cannot see that far out. And the nice thing about getting out on the bank and fishing like this is then you don't have to mess with the trolling motor and the boat and the wind, which I've been fighting it for a while. I've caught 3 or 4 fish on the mega worm. One pretty nice one. But that's probably an hour and a half of fishing. Jeff Weeble got a real nice, probably 24-inch rainbow up here this morning on, I think, a white jig. And I know it was a jig. Okay, I'm gonna go try something else. I'm fighting several things here. One, I'm kind of landlocked, and 2, I don't want to get away from the camera, so I don't want to go up and down the bank. If I go up a little ways, I could go up just a little bit, but kind of getting into some yucky stuff in water. And I'm not seeing anything out here. Okay, let's go do something else. Find something else that's good in the wind. Okay, I have boated all the way up here to Lookout. I'm on Lookout Island. I've beached the boat. And I'm on the lake side, not the back side. Wind's not too bad up here. It's kind of gusty, not bad. Seeing a lot of fish here. I'm gonna set my float just a tad deeper because it does drop off just a little bit more, a little faster here. And the fish I'm seeing are a little bit further out. There is just a tad of current here, which is good. The wind's not blowing the stuff on the surface quite, well, it's not blowing it, so it's not moving the fly faster than the current like it was down around the corner. Nice thing about this is there's usually some people here fishing. I don't know if you can see upstream how low the water is. There is not much of a channel, or not much water up there in the upper part of the island. There's no way you get a boat through there. I'm really surprised no one's up here fishing. What I'd like to do here in a second, and I'm not sure if I'm going to video it or not, but go up in that real choppy water out there, is throw a soft tackle or a crackleback or something out there and strip it in that skinny water. There should be some good fish out there under that chop. Boy, I had a lot of fish here a second ago, and they're not, I don't see them now. I'll go out just a little bit further. If I go out too much further, I'm going to have to make my float just a little bit deeper. I have such a small float on there. Oh, I just missed one. Missed him. I didn't set the hook very hard. But again, I need to hold my rod tip real low to the water so it's not blowing in the wind. There he is. Oh, little one. I think he would probably stand here and do this all day long. Maybe. Come down a little closer to the boat next time. They're not running with it, they're just barely taking the float under. Of course, this is probably one of those little, nah, I can probably get him off. I'm going to let him have this. He has it just a little bit deep. It's not in the gills. He'll get rid of it. I would have killed him if I tried to get it out. I'll tie another scud on. Okay, I tied on a rainbow scud, rainbow dubbing. It's a 14, so it's a little bigger. Well, it's quite a bit bigger than the last one. Hook's a little heavier. It's it's going to sink a little more. My float, I'm afraid, might be a little bit small, but we'll see. Hopefully I'll just get a bite before it pulls my fly under, or my float under. That wind picked up. My float's doing fine. It's not being pulled under at all. I am going to fish out a little deeper though. Another little one. I know there's big fish up here. It's not one of the natural ones. It's a small stalker, I think. I don't know. He's only about 6-7 inches long. It's a beautiful fish. There you go. I know there's big fish out here. I've got my floats at maybe not even at 18 inches and it's dragging out there, so tells you how deep it is. And I'm casting out almost 40 feet. I can go out a little further. I don't know, I'm probably getting out of camera range as far as you guys seeing the, not that you can see the float, but it is nice up here because you almost always, kind of like the Narrows, you're going to always have a little bit of current flowing through here with the water coming out of the hatchery. There's always some water that's flowing in the lake up there, and it's got to come through these real narrow, shallow spots. I think I'm going to get bit a lot better if that wind is blowing and the chop is big. I don't get the bites when the chop settles down. Oh, there's a nice fish out there that just came up and ate a midge. Bigger scud might not work quite as well either. There's a guy up here wading across, and he's about to the middle of his thigh wading across. That kind of gives you an idea how deep that is up there. Here comes the chop. I think I've got too big a scud on. Missed one. I was doing a lot better with that that 16. Well, I don't know where I am on time. This is my last attempt right here. I actually thought I'd have a whole bunch of moss on it. I'm not picking up any moss now. Okay. Showed you several different things. Hope you learned something. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.